Hey, welcome back into today's video. He's done it again. I don't know how he's in the same situation, but he's in the same situation. James Charles is in the middle of another controversy. It does appear like he runs his social media as if it is a Tinder profile. You're not supposed to do that. It's not a good idea. I'm gonna go over this. I did a live stream just yesterday. If you were there, I really appreciate your attendance, and I really appreciate all the positivity turtles that you spammed in the chat, and expect to see some more in today's video. If you're somehow unfamiliar, James Charles is an American internet personality, beauty YouTuber, and makeup artist. He has a YouTube channel, currently over 25 million subscribers. Social Blade says it's still ranked in A, and it doesn't look like he's losing any subscribers. Yet, this situation is pretty severe as he's at the head of another grooming allegation from another underage fan. This is not the first time. In an inside article co-written by Kat Tanbarge, it says beauty YouTuber James Charles, who was 21, released a statement Friday denying that he groomed a TikTok user who says he's 16. The user said he was sent inappropriate images from Charles last week over Snapchat. This seems to be a going trend with influencers that like to take advantage of their audiences. We've seen this with Romeo Lacoste. If you guys remember that, it was a go-to thing where a lot of these types of people like to be on Snapchat because these messages tend to disappear. Now, this is not mutually exclusive just to predators doing this, but it goes a long ways in just pointing that out. If you're unfamiliar with grooming, it refers to building a relationship of trust and emotional connection with a child or young person in order to manipulate, exploit, and, according to UK's National Society for Prevention of to Children. The accuser told a story in a video that contains censored images of James Charles. Well, images that James sent to this person. The accuser also says that James Charles asked for inappropriate images from him, that there was no asking or verification of any ages, which I do need to point out is verified in his statement, which we'll get to in just a second. The video was eventually removed from Twitter for violating guidelines. Twitter did not immediately respond for comment, but enforces a policy that bans posts including non-consensual, inappropriate images of other people. I'm seeing this a lot lately where these platforms use their guidelines to do what appears to be like they're protecting these types of people. I'm not saying that they are, I'm just saying it appears that way because specifically on TikTok, if you say anything about Tony Lopez or Zoe Laverne, the stuff is just erased away immediately. I have a TikTok and I've tried to raise awareness on this. If you're interested in that, the link is in the description below. I also post motivational stuff over there just because we need a balance. On February 26th, James Charles released a statement saying, in this statement, he said that, of course, the accusation was completely false. He also said that he came across someone on his Instagram Explore page, saw that this person followed him, and added him on Snapchat. But check this out. The next morning, I woke up to several snaps from this person. Being excited, I added him back, saying he loved me, and also lewd photos of himself in the shower. Now, first off, I gotta say, and I tweeted about this, so this is gonna make sense. Here's a creepy message I got on Instagram. Unlike James Charles, I don't feel the excitement of meeting someone I thought could be potentially great. I feel like it's a fan who has a boundary issue that I'm going to gate. Quit using social media for dating. As you can see, somebody reached out to me and said that they had a dream about me, and in which they told me that they loved me. This very similar thing happened to James Charles, and he says, I started flirting back in the excitement of meeting someone I thought could be potentially great. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but do you feel like this is someone that sounds like they could be potentially great? Now, I'm not shaming anyone here. I'm just saying that as an influencer of his caliber, he has a responsibility to understand that he has influence over these young kids. At this point, the responsibility falls on James Charles, as many other creators will tell you. At some point, you have to take responsibility as the adult that you are supposed to be. It's very difficult for me to buy his story. Number one, he says that he asked how old the person was right away and they said 18, and there is absolutely no evidence of this, but we do have the accuser saying that he never said this and that his age was very public. So we don't have any evidence of this, and this mirrors a situation that happened just last year in July with Ethan Andrews. similar story, except for Ethan was 14 years old. Insider actually had conversations with this accuser, and he stated that James Charles lied in his tweet, that he never told him that he was 18 and that he completely stands by his story. I never told him I was 18. In my TikTok bio, it says I'm 16. He said I didn't record me saying it, just like how he doesn't have proof of me supposedly saying I'm 18. So in this situation, we don't have any evidence of this. But what we do have is a pattern of behavior and a pattern of accusations that they're stacking up pretty high. With the Ethan Andrews situation, many people gave James Charles the benefit of a doubt. But at this point, no more chances, no more victims. And the reason I say that is because regardless if he knew the age or not, he still sent and received inappropriate images with somebody that was under the age of 18. This is still a crime. It's still punishable by law. In multiple states, especially in the one that I'm in and one near me, Florida, it's not good enough for you to just not be aware. Like, oh, you can't just, I had no idea. Like, that's not an excusable thing to say. So regardless of this, we have to take a stand. We have to say, hey, you screwed up big time. We're not going to give you a pass on this, and we're not letting this go anymore. It's just too much. You and your decisions are harming children on the platform. Insider says that the TikTok user who accused Charles of grooming goes by the name of Isaiah and has over 200,000 followers on TikTok. Isaiah responded to James's tweet on Twitter saying, "James, we both know I blocked you. You never asked my age. After I told you I was 16, you proceeded to ask me for inappropriate images and said it didn't matter. You called me hot and said I wish the timeline could speed up so you can be 18. Isaiah goes on the tweet saying, "For those of you who don't believe the age thing, this was me messaging my best friend who I told at the time about this. He was asking me to send him pictures of my body right after me telling him I'm 16. I hope this clears things up."
So one of my Snapchat videos want to send. But basically what I said like an hour ago was that I get what you're saying. It makes sense. I'm not going to make any big steps yet. I'm just going to kind of wait it out to see what goes on from here. Even though he already did it. If he asks for something again, then that's when I'll consider it. But if not, then... But he still did it. Like, that's the only problem. I don't know.
Now, from what I can see in this image right here, he never does tell James Charles that he is 16 in what he's showing here. Just that he's having a conversation with his friend. But for sure, his age is in his public bios and have been in his public bios. So... bearing that in mind, he did say that he planned on contacting the authorities. But wait, there's more. It doesn't end just there. It looks like 2 more people have come forward with accusations against James Charles just today. In a now deleted quote tweet on James's statement about Isaiah, the new accuser says, "I call BS on this. Many underage guys have had similar experiences with you, including myself when I told you I was 17 in July, but you continued to flirt with me." He then says it never got physical, but it was still weird how he continued to talk to me and flirt after I told him I was 17. But hearing many other guys speak up about it, I wanted to share. And here's another thing that really stands out to me, and I just find it too much of a coincidence. Twitter user Life of Fuzzy, this is the other accuser, shows screenshots of James saying things like, "Oh, I didn't think you were real." This is he said very similar things like this to some of the other accusers. And it just, you look at this and you see it at face value. It's really not a good look. Just to prove this,
ew.
He provides a screenshot of James sending him a snap from his verified Snapchat account. Another tweet, he really catches him video calling him. He says he's spamming me, trying to video call me. He was begging me disgusting things for him on a video call. Went on to say the incident between me and James Charles took place in 2019 after his drama with Toddy and Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke was the waiter at Toddy's birthday party. I've decided to come out with my story now because I don't feel comfortable speaking about it in the past. However, seeing all this stuff on Twitter really changed my mind. And I'm glad that these people are stepping forward. Another example of how survivors sharing their stories empower other people. He goes on to say, after he used me for his physical pleasure, I sent him this. He even screenshotted my photos without my permission and gave me attitude when I didn't do what he wanted. So in my live stream last night, I was trying to gather all this stuff up and think about it. How many people have actually accused him. And there was the Sam Cooke Toddy's birthday party. There was the Gage Gomez at Coachella. There was the Ethan Andrews in July. The current 16-year-old, and now these two. So it's like the list is building. And then there was the stuff that Jeffree Star never did release. And you got to take that with a grain of salt, because we know really hard to believe anything that guy says. So this is a big deal. And again, I have to say, both with this current situation and the Ethan Andrews situation, it doesn't matter, because crimes were broken. Like, he still sent and received inappropriate images, whether he knew the ages or not. And the biggest point I want to make here is this guy should know by now. He should know not to be using his social medias as dating sites. He's been in far too many controversies. He should be on guard for this. I don't see how something like this could happen. And he said here, I didn't ask for a copy of his ID or passport. How are you going to be involved in this many situations and you're just not going to ask for age verification? You're just going to start sending inappropriate images? I don't buy it. There's absolutely no way. You have to be extremely willfully naive. It's just too dangerous. That's my piece on this. And as interesting as this is, there's always something that's more interesting to me. That's right, you guessed it. I want to know what you think. So why don't you go ahead and leave your creative and interesting responses in the comment box below. Thumbs up for those likes. And as always, brothers and sisters, I will see you in the next video. No more chances, no more victims. That's just how it is. Like, when you have a pattern this diverse and big, that something's got to be done. And I'm willing to just give the dude another benefit of the doubt. I mean, it's unthinkable. It's too much and it's too dangerous, and it's now something that it's very necessary for us to hold this person accountable. If not for anything, the sheer irresponsibility of not asking for age verification again. We can't just allow him to keep not asking for age, and it's not an excuse. It's just not. That being said, Positivity Turtles in the chat. I'm going to be looking. I want to see walls and walls of green. Likes on the videos. Thank you to my patrons. I really appreciate it. And I'm doing a new thing right now. Patron question of the day. Less of a question, more of a statement. More Greggy, please. Incoming. Wanting more Greg the Cat. You can expect that. If you too want your patron questions answered, consider becoming a patron. If you want to support the stuff I do here on the channel, I would really appreciate it. And it'd be another way to show that you're repping. If you're not repping, you're Greg, and how you do that, all you gotta do is subscribe, notifications turn on. Be in the comment section after every single video, because I'm gonna be there. Greg the Cat's gonna be there, and the rest of the Repzilla community as well. And I expect to see you there too, because this channel loves you. Ran out of breath there.